put it like this: if you do a one on one and you think you have all the moves, if your endurance isn't there, you're most likely not going to win. From experiencing winning some some one on ones and stuff, um, the final battle for me is all condition.
Very quickly, before we start, I want to say a big thank you to One of 100 who are bringing us today's show. We have got you guys a special discount. Go to weare100.co.uk and at checkout, use the code STANCE15 for 15% off your total order. Now, without further ado, let's get into it.
Where did I meet you at, bro? I don't even know. We just been cool ever since. I don't
We
even know
met at
where I
Raw
met you.
Circles. We met at Raw Circles 2013, bro.
Sheesh.
And I thought that you were in your later 30s, just since you were so active. And you're like, nah, man, I'm only
Yeah,
26.
that's right. Golly, I've been knowing you for a long time, dude. That's crazy.
A long time. But we'll kick this off anyway. It is
Sure.
7 o'clock in the morning right now here in Scotland, and there's only one reason why I would wake up at this time, and it's to talk to this guy right here. What's up, man? It's really good to see you, Kareem.
Hey, man, it's great to see you, bro. I swear. That smile is like contagious, dude.
Representing Rockforce Crew and Monster Energy. Man, first of all, congrats on being a dad. It's recent news and it's absolutely amazing. How are you finding the adjustment?
The adjustment is definitely a challenge. But honestly, it's like the best gift, dude. Like just to see my baby smile, like yeah, it's amazing, man. I honestly am so happy and so blessed that it happened now. Because everything is kind of like everything's great, man. I'm blessed, man. I can't complain. Alhamdulillah. I can't complain.
What would you say are some of the major adjustments you've made in your life, knowing that this has happened?
As far as being a dad, honestly, my schedule has changed a lot. So my wife actually, it's 11 o'clock p.m. right now. She's a Cirque du Soleil performer in Las Vegas. So I'm with the baby roughly around like let's say 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock till like 11:30 or so. And then she performs in the weekends. So now I have to make sure like I schedule my travels. I just can't up and go anymore. Um, I would say that's the major challenge. I don't have no family in Vegas, so I have to, anytime I travel, I have to fly my mom in from Sacramento to come and watch my baby. But it works out. My mom's super supportive, so anytime I need my mom, she's always down to fly out.
And was that where you two met? Because I know that you also did shows with them as well, with Cirque.
Yeah. We met at the show at Beatles Love.
So what's it like to work there for Cirque? Because there's a lot of people that will have seen other dancers work with them, but don't know what the experience is like.
For me, it was interesting because I never performed before except for with Cirque. So for me, it was an eye opener. Obviously, Cirque du Soleil is a big name, so I was super nervous, dude. But now that I look back on it, I shouldn't have been as nervous, just because it is what you make it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it was an interesting experience, man. Just to see the backstage and how the Beatles Love Show, it like goes up and down and it like moves. So just to see that is like it's kind of intimidating. You know what I mean? But I say for any dancer that is looking to do it, I say try to do it. I try to do as much as you can.
Sure. And does the events and everything, like the one-on-ones and everything, does that help at all with making that move onto the big
No,
stage? No.
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 So technically, I mean, so actually, when I 2013, I met you. I think 2014, no, 2013, I was about to go to Cirque, and I was still battling a lot. And to adjust from battling to performing is like a totally different world, man. When you first met me, I was kind of like struggling with balancing both. Um, and yeah, I couldn't balance it. It's really hard because there's a certain stamina for shows, and there's a certain perspective for battles that you need. And honestly, there's two different worlds.
Wow, okay. Because I know
Yeah.
that there are more dancers that are making that move because they want to make a living from it. So they get in touch with with all these larger shows, and they do lots of work with them. Um, What advice, and I know you touched upon it a little bit, but what advice would you have for someone that wants to make that leap into doing that sort of work for a living?
I guess the only advice I really can give him is really, man, like you got to make sure you're ready for it because it's a huge commitment. Like you're not, for me, you're not able to like travel as much. You don't have as much freedom. It's a legit job. So if you think you're going to be able to balance battling and doing shows, it's you're going to have to give up one or the other. You know what I mean? Or one's going to suffer more. And I realized that with my journey with it, like I would perform good. I remember one year I was like in school, I was doing circ, and then I got invited to R16, the one-on-one. And yeah, it was not, I mean, I did good the first round. The second round, I went against Blonde, and it didn't work out too well for me.
Man, that's rough going. And that's what people think that they can manage, but you're saying that it's really difficult to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know a lot of dancers that can do it. But we're all struggling, we're all struggling anyways. We're all trying to keep that homeostasis, right? So, yeah, dude, but I don't regret it. I mean, it's a cool story to have, to be able to go to school and battle in some of the biggest battles in the world, and perform with a big company like that. Honestly, I'm happy with it.
Well, how would you maintain your health with something
As
like
far
that?
as, man, you got to get a lot of sleep for sure. I didn't get a lot. And you kind of, for dancers, you got to eat healthy, and be mindful of how your body feels. I think as dancers, we're kind of more connected to our bodies than we realize. So just listen to your body, like if it says rest, you rest, like straight up. Like you can feel it. I feel like injuries for me, I actually have an injury right now. And I was kind of sad in the beginning, but now it's kind of like I'm eager to battle now, and I want to battle, and it's almost healed. So yeah, I'm getting ready to battle.
And I think that's really important advice because as people that want to win, like really badly, they think, oh, if I have a bit of a pain, then I can just work through it. Or, hey, I only train for like a couple of hours today and maybe everything is feeling heavy, but I can keep going because that's what winners do. But it sounds like you're saying you see the signs to rest and you just have to rest.
Yeah, yeah. So I got this injury. This injury in particular, I got this injury like September, and it was one of those moments where I felt something weird, and I was in a show at the time. I was doing the Usher residency show in Vegas, and honestly, I don't even know. It just felt weird, and then I did the show. I completed everything. Woke up, and I just was in pain. So I should have listened to my body and chilled and like, yo, don't do this show, or like at least lighten up a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, the physical therapy and stuff, that's your line of work, isn't it?
Yeah. The funny thing is it's my line of work, but it's kind of like breaking's my full time job, and then like doing physical therapy is like my part time job.
Sure. So you must have seen people that just haven't listened to any sort of advice like that, and they're all banged up.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about people that are in a sort of bad way as far as their health goes, what advice do you have to help them to move on so that they can actually heal up and move about like they used to?
And like kind of see the silver lining, you mean? Like kind of like
Yeah,
there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
if you understand that a lot of us probably don't have the knowledge of health like others do, and how everything works in the ways that they can rest and get their rehab and everything like that, really, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, the funny thing is, as being dancing for so long, and then going to school for like um, for the body, really, I realize that as dancers, we're more connected and we know more about our bodies than the average person. Um, but as far as like injuries go, you have to stay active. That's 100%. Like you have to stay active and condition. I remember a while ago, there was like a trend where, breakers didn't want to work out. I remember Monir, there's a few words, Moy, Monir, Goku. They were really pushing that physical. I guess I want to say fitness. They were really pushing it, and some b-boys, didn't. Well, the majority didn't take to it. Now everybody is. So I think people are aware more now of the physical aspect, and you gotta stay toned. You gotta stay conditioned. It's like, put it like this: if you do a one-on-one and you think you have all the moves, if your endurance isn't there, you're most likely not going to win. From experiencing winning some one-on-ones and stuff, the final battle for me is all condition. I think what I did UK champs in the finals was 5 rounds, and I remember I conditioned like crazy. I was out of moves. I was completely out of moves, and I didn't know what I was going to do, but my condition was there, so it made me push through. So, I mean, as for advice for any dancer, you got to stay conditioned 100%.
How would you recommend that people improve upon that? Improve upon their conditioning?
Well, as far as, I personally, I would say I have like a part-time personal trainer. Even though I know what to do, it's still always good to have a coach. So I have my own coach, and I'm running. So I run about 3 miles every session, probably like 4 times a week. I'm still lifting weights. We, as dancers, is crazy. We just inherently know our bodies. So you kind of just be more in touch, even meditate. That helps a lot. For me, yeah, meditating is like key, dude, for real. It's key.
Yeah, there seems to be, as you're saying, more of a wellness approach in our scene. And because of the Olympics and other things happening as well, it does seem like people need to be more well-rounded, not only in their art form, but within their health as well.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like, even for me, it's about to be 24 years dancing. And I think some people, some people are just new. They don't know my history, but I mean, I kind of got pushed like in a big way right away. So for me to stay active for so long after 2 decades, I contributed, one, to listen to my body, and another, conditioning my body to last this long. We're always going to get injuries. That's just the name of the game. But yeah, conditioning is like, I feel like that's why I'm able to last as long as I have been.
That's awesome, bro. And I take it that is info and advice that you pass on to the newer members of Rock Force as well.
Oh, 100%. All my guys are they're fit and they're ready to go. Some of them are known, some of them are not known, but you will know them soon. But yeah, not all my guys. They're fit. They're ready.
What can we expect from them? Because we were talking just a little while ago, and you were saying that you're doing a major push now to get the Rock Force name out there.
Yeah,
even though everyone knows about you, but yeah.
Yeah, for us, this is going on the 4th generation of Rock Force, right? I'm the 3rd generation, but the newer guys are the 4th generation. But no, Rock Force has been around. Since you started breaking, I'm sure you heard Rock Force. So we're going to continue that legacy, you know what I mean? And continue to pay it forward, because, Jiro paid it forward to me. Paulski paid it forward to me. So I feel like it's my duty to pay it forward to Ives, to Germs, to Bowsy, to Tahu, to Mad Action, So the new generation is honestly, I think I might be biased, but I feel like it's really, really probably one of the best crews.
I think you're allowed to think that way, man. You guys have been winning lately, so it's understandable.
Yeah, freestyle session was a big, well, it was a big win, For me, I guess for me, since I have won it, that was my 5th time winning freestyle session. It was still special for me, but to lead the crew to win, to see Ives first win, to see Bowsy first win with us in Germs, and Morris obviously is not a new guy, but for us to win together, it was really special, So that was every win doesn't even equal that one,
Yeah, and there is more of a focus on one-on-one events. There seems to be a lot more of them. There's more opportunities in one-on-one events. So it's good to see a crew that has been around for as long as yours has with a win as significant as that.
Yeah. The one-on-one, I understand the one-on-one aspect and why they push it so much. One is cheaper, but I don't feel like it's as entertaining as a crew battle, in my opinion. Even though one-on-ones are a big thing. But for Cross to bring the 5-on-5 back, and I think this year he's doing a 10-on-10. Man, I hope more crews come out and we get more competition.
Yes. And actually, talking of which, you have an event coming up soon as well,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
association with Vans. Can you tell us a bit more about the event, how the collaboration with Vans was made, and what anyone can expect?
Well, so the Vans event in the circle is going down June 18th in Costa Mesa at the Vans headquarters. How it's kind of crazy how the Vans collab happened. We have a member named Denver, and his family member just so happened to be watching a live stream of freestyle session. And the family member, he's been around. Jason's been around the community for a long time. He's been working with Vans for a few years now, and he saw freestyle, so he was watching us on the live stream of freestyle session just because it was Denver's crew. I don't know. I personally didn't know him before, but he saw it and he was like, "Yo, I think we can do something with Vans," you know. And we just so happened to win. So kind of everything kind of aligned themselves to work out. But yeah, so Jason contacted us and was like, you know, we want to do a crew battle. And he was like, let's do a $20,000. And I'm like, wait, hold on, wait a second. Like we need to, the community works a certain way, you know. But we end up coming with a number which is $10,000 for 5-on-5, which I think is fairly good. It's cash. The trophy is crazy. We're gonna display it the day of, but honestly, the trophy is epic. I think it's one of probably the best trophies out there. Everybody, it's a free event. There's gonna be free food, free Monster, obviously water is free. And then we have a 3-on-3 kids battle for $1,000. And throughout the whole competition, the top 8 all get paid. I think second place of the crew battle gets 2,500. So it's gonna trickle down. It's kind of like a Silverback Open. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. We have Reveal judging, Nabil from Free Minds judging. We have Morris Rockforce judging. We have Chrissy B judging, and we have obviously the King, Ken Swift judging.
That's amazing news. And we'll leave a link to the event page down there somewhere for everybody to see, but I'm sure everyone will be hearing about it anyway. So
yeah, for sure. I
amazing.
mean, honestly, I in the US, it's been going really well. I think we have 65 pre-registration already, which is a lot for America. Yeah, so I think this is my first one actually producing like an event like this. So yeah, God willing, man, it goes well. So because they're supporting us like crazy, you know. We have Monster sponsoring it, of course. So yeah, we kind of want to bring that Silverback vibe, IVE vibe, but kind of like in a shorter time frame. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it's gonna be epic. I hope.
That's amazing, man. Well, look, brother, I really appreciate this. It's been awesome to have a chat with you. I wish you all the best with the event and also hope to see you soon.
Cool. Easy, bro. Thank you, dude.